leaders here today. Welcome to this fifth session of our Inspiring Leaders series, where we are spotlighting the pros who have leveled up to their careers to take an impactful board roles. I'm Divya Momaya, founder of MentorMyBoard, and I'm super excited to host this session today with yet another inspiring guest with us, CA Gayathri Srinivasan, who's totally redefining the game of corporate governance and leadership and mentoring. Now, we are privileged to welcome you, Gayathri, to this inspiring leaders, the journey from professional roles to the board roles.
Thank
Welcome.
you so much, Divya. Thank you so much for calling me for this very, very inspiring stories for people to understand. So, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you. Let me first introduce Gayatri to all of us. Gayatri Srinivasan Iyer is a chartered accountant, author, mentor, and a business coach with over 25 years of experience in audit, taxation, corporate strategy, and due diligence. She has worked with prominent organizations like IHCL, Tata Teleservices, Future Group, as Vice President of Teachers and Leaders Community. She mentors business coaches and professionals, and her book, Strategies for Success, showcases her expertise in driving entrepreneurial growth. We are really excited to know more about it, Gayatri.
Thank you
But
so much. Thank you so much, Divya.
before that,
Yeah.
make sure to subscribe Mentor My Board LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram channels. We are also there on X. Now you will, know when we are going live with valuable content like this. Don't slip on to the chance to get the insider tips and real talks from the top leaders in the corporate governance domain. And also, don't forget to log in and sign in to mentormyboard.com, a platform for governance, growth, and exclusive network of thought leaders. So, welcome and let's begin the conversations today, Gayatri.
Yes, please,
Thank
please.
you.
Let's begin. Let's begin. Too excited for doing.
Yes. So, my first question comes is, tell me about your journey as chartered accountant and tell me about your journey as a business coach. So, basically, what was that transitional moment which kind of, defined you that, oh, I should be a business coach and a mentor and along with, your chartered accountancy. So, share
Okay,
more about it.
let me put it this way. See, in the year 1996, I cleared my chartered accountancy. Okay,
Wow.
and in that journey of becoming a part of various organizations and helping them in their audits, helping them in their various compliances, what I understood was that I was not so very happy about it. Okay, every time there was a lot of issues which was coming up for the auditor to be pointing it out. I always used to find solutions to those people. Okay, let's look at it like this. Let's find out a solution that how you can comply to the law as well as you can really be what you have done, what you have already executed. So in the it's a very interesting story, Divya. In 2020, when there was COVID which was happening,
Yeah.
we all were stuck in the house and
Yeah.
not much to do, and it was only the household work which we were just carrying out. So there was this Facebook live which used to come every time by Murli Sundaram, where he used to speak about becoming a thought leader. That really caught my eye, and I used to listen to it but never subscribe to it. At the end of it, they used to ask, please do subscribe, please do subscribe. And I always used to feel, Arey, should I do, should I not? So then I used to log off. So this has been the journey in the lockdown. And suddenly in the month of August, I felt, why not I should join when things were open. So I
Yeah.
joined it, and there were certain courses which he conducted. In that, he said, what is that one thing which you love to do even when you're at your sleep? Like somebody wakes you up in your sleep and says, please, Gayatri, do this. What is that
Yeah.
one thing you would love to do? So
Hmm.
it struck me that I would love to do the mentoring, and I would love to help the business owner to raise his scalability or his business or something like that. So that made me realize that, अरे what am I doing, गधी? तो वो कर जो तेरे को मजा आ रहा है करने में. So that is what was an वो क्या कहते हैं ना, वो enlightenment वाला दिन था.
Wow.
And I decided कि नहीं, मैं I surrendered my COP after that. and I decided that I will work for the business owners, because many a times what happens is that we only, as an auditor, we only point out mistakes. We are
Mm.
not in a position to help them to how not to do those mistakes, because that is more
So
important, because
interesting.
prevention is better than cure, right?
Yeah,
So it is always better to make them aware that why, how they are supposed to do it, so that they don't commit those mistakes. So that's
absolutely.
why I decided that I will go into that other side of the table and help them not to do those mistakes. And that's how my mentoring and the book, what you call business coaching, started.
That's
And
really, really
in
inspiring.
that, how I again came to TLC as a community. So they really helped me in nurturing how I'm supposed to nurture the people, how I'm supposed to be patient enough to do that regular follow up and get them to do what we want them to do. So
Wow.
that's the key point where I shifted myself from being a core chartered accountant as an auditor to a business coach.
That's really inspiring and very unique, journey, Gayatri.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you so much for sharing it with us. My next question comes is, share your experience, about your professional journey with clients like IHCL, Indian Hotels, I understand,
Yeah.
and Tata Teleservices. So, if you can share some, lights
Uh,
about,
there
the
is a lot
practices.
of learning from
Yeah,
those clients, Divya, because I always keep saying to these small entrepreneurs, right?
yeah.
See, there is always a difference between what is a tax avoidance and a tax evasion. I have also written this kind of a story in my book as well, because these corporates, when I see these corporates, how do they do their best of their planning, like
Mm,
how the structure of the organization has to be, so that they get the maximum tax advantages as well as it is good in the execution of the business.
wow.
So those areas I learned from these corporates. The big corporates have got really a deep thought. Now I would like to mention especially this Kunal Reshamwala, who was a part of IHCL. Okay, so I was doing the audits of various small subsidiaries of IHCL, and I really understood exactly how they have planned that entire organization, so that the management of that subsidiary is being taken care of by somebody else, and how IHCL can have a control on that as well. So it
Mm.
was a really a great combination of legal and the taxation, which was a great learning for me. Till today, I have been able to guide people based on
Mm.
that learning.
Super.
So it has been a great understanding about how corporates run.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you, I mean, I've seen a lot of smaller businesses, their
Hmm.
financials. There's a lot of times, it's that, I don't want to pay taxes and
Hmm.
therefore I'll show my profits to the lowest. You know,
Correct.
I think
Correct.
it's instead of that, if you are able to kind of manage your business structure in such a way that you're
Correct.
not only kind of, paying taxes, becoming a better corporate citizen, at the
Yes.
same time, kind of create and keep that control or the hold over, the wealth what you're creating. That's such a
Absolutely,
wonderful,
absolutely. And that
learning.
is what is these corporates are, what you call, the guinea pig for us to take it. So
Super.
that is something which has been, I've been blessed that I have been working with them, and I could understand all that at that point in time.
That's really wonderful. Now coming to, your book,
Yes,
Strategies for Success. I know you have written 25 stories,
yes,
for the business entrepreneurs, and how, the success stories of them, and how have you been, the instrumental, center point for them to see that transition or a shift. So can you speak something about your book and,
the
what
book,
made you write?
yeah, yes, Divya. The book has happened incidentally with the later great, what you call, inspiration from Murli sir.
Hmm.
And these, the stories which I have written is the actual cases which has happened with my clients. It
Hmm.
is just that the name and everything has been changed. But yes, those are the actual cases which has happened with my client. As I told you that I always believe in giving solutions to them rather than just pointing out the problem and then saying that okay, this is going to be some non-compliance or something like that. So ideally, we also have this kind of a thing that whenever somebody commits a mistake, it's a learning for somebody else.
Yeah.
Matlab, somebody else can really learn from that, and obviously do not commit those mistakes. So Murli sir always keep saying that ki mistake means is miss in the take. So you really have to
Missing mistake. Okay.
so do it in a way that somebody's mistake becomes your message, and you really can not commit those mistakes. So I'll give you a classic example out of that, Divya. There was one client of mine who's still there as a client of mine, and he's really believes that I have been instrumental in bringing him out of a lot of what you call downtime for him. I've been there always for him. So this was an organization with really a big turnover, like a 40 crore, because obviously they were dealing in steel. So they had a lot of bankers contacting them, and this is happening with all of us actually.
Hmm.
Every day, I also get umpteen amount of messages that you've been offered a personal loan. Please take it. Please take it. So this kind of pushing that thing, what happened was that person got really carried away. He took loans. He kept on taking loans, and to an extent that in maybe in 5 years time he just touched 4 crores, which was not needed actually for his business, but he touched 4 crores, and a single EMI of his became 50 lakhs per month.
Oh.
And suddenly there was a change in the industry, and the steel prices went up really high, and there was no raw material available in the market. And
Hmm.
that's where this person's downfall started. And the moment he's not been able to pay for 3 months that 50 lakhs, he became an NPA, that is
NPA.
a non performing asset. And that moment, the bankers, whomever were trying to woo him and ask him to take the loan, they just turned the table and started bombarding him with a lot of negativity, saying that कि you are this, you मतलब वो क्या बोलते हैं, recovery agent को उन लोगों ने वो काम दे दिया, and it was really bad. This man used to feel very what you call, he lost his entire balance on confidence in everything because of this kind of a treatment which the bankers did.
Oh.
So that, and obviously the NPA was in an NPA, and then again it rose and it went to NCLT. So that was the very bad phase for that person, and it's all started by this pushing of the bankers, right?
Hmm.
And unsecured loans, लो जितना चाहिए लो, ये बैंक से लो, वो बैंक से लो. So the same balance sheet got him 4 crores, but unfortunately, obviously with the change in the business, it could not sustain. So it is a real double-edged sword if we look at the loan. Yesterday also when we met that person, he was talking about loans. Debt is not that very easy kind of a instrument for everybody to take it.
Hmm.
It's a, वो क्या बोलते हैं, लालच देने वाला एक प्रोडक्ट है, जिसमें आप बैंकर आपको हमेशा इस तरीके से आपको प्रेजेंट करता है कि आप उसको ले ही लेते हो. सो
Hmm.
इट्स अ सेल्स टेक्निक
Hmm.
फॉर देम, नो डाउट, but
Correct.
for us it is not needed. So that is how we helped him. We came out, and now he's created another company and he's doing good.
Super.
So,
Super.
so that is something which I think as a business owner we really need to keep our guards, मतलब अपना mind को थोड़ा सा stable रखना है, and
Hmm.
not get carried away with these kind of push things which the bankers do.
Wow. Wow. Now come to your board roles.
Yeah.
You are independent director on multiple boards. So
Yes.
tell us about your journey from professional chartered accountancy to the board roles, and being sitting in boards as independent director today. What made that shift happen, and why did you choose to be there as independent director? And yeah, I'll ask connecting questions later on. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So again, this happened, I think, after COVID, when I started the mentoring of business owners. And there was one blog which I wrote in LinkedIn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikhil Bhuta is my article clerk when he was. I mean, I think we scale up to 25 years back when I started my journey as a CA, and he was an article clerk. So we used to
Mm.
on and off keep in touch with each other. and I wrote a blog about a pani puri wala. Okay, how he is able to understand that each person, like there are so many people coming and standing in front of him and
Yeah.
saying that कि अरे भाई साहब थोड़ा मीठा कम करना, भाई साहब तीखा ही करना, medium रखना. So how he is able to manage that entire request of the client and give them exactly the puri which is required for them to for their taste palette. So this was something which I wrote, and I don't know, somehow it inspired Nikhil, and then he remembered, अरे हाँ, ये particular board में हमको women or independent director चाहिए. So let's ask Gayatri. So he called me, and then I said, fine, I'll do it. I took up the role, and it was also he also requested कि why don't you come every week to week में 2 दिन please आप आ सकते हो क्या, so that it is helping the others also to groom them. The accounts department needs some grooming, so could you come? So that's how it started as a journey for as an independent director, and today I'm really satisfied. Rather, I should say this satisfied that somewhere down the line, whatever has been my learning, now it has been coming put to use. So
Wow.
being an independent director is always satisfying. Many people say it's a huge risk. बिजनेस क्या कर रही है मालूम नहीं है, हम सिर्फ एक बोर्ड मीटिंग में मिलते हैं और फिर हमें स्टैटिस्टिक्स दिखाया जाता है, तो बड़ा रिस्क है, नहीं लेना चाहिए, एंड it's not advisable. There are a lot of people who speak about these kind of
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
but
yeah.
what I would like to say is that there is always a dearth of knowledge requirement for the company as well, right?
Hmm.
So I am an independent director, there are two more independent directors, but whatever values we bring it to the table is needed for the board. That's
Hmm.
what I precisely would like to say.
Correct.
Whatever may be the knowledge, like I am a chartered accountant, so I have some financial knowledge. There is another person who is from the HR background, so he brings some lot of things on the table. So there is a huge amount of value addition which is happening through us.
Hmm.
So that is what we need to look into and see how we can help the organizations to grow and also be more compliant, kind of a thing. So
Hmm.
instead of we thinking that it is a risky business for us to be part of that organization, we should take that baton in our hands to make them more risk aversive, right?
Yeah.
So that's the I mean the challenge which is there, because being an independent director, I do understand that you don't have the entire internal things for you to know, but that's the challenge. When you, with 25 years of experience, you come onto the board and sit in the board meeting, understand what is happening, you really can see, provided you use that experience.
Hmm.
So that's what I would like to request all of you, that it is not a risk. The risk might be there, but it is not that it is not at all valuable. You bring a lot of value to the table,
Hmm.
and I'm sure if everybody would look at it as an knowledge sharing for bringing value to the company, then yes, they will surely bring a lot of value to the company.
Very nice. Very interesting. In fact, I'll put a question here for all the viewers. Uh, I mean, and why I'm putting this question again, or a nudge kind of, is
Hmm.
that a lot of people say, "Oh, we don't know how to get board positions."
Correct.
Uh, so, what was that reason for Gayatri to get attracted to a board position? So, if anybody is watching it, and if you know, or if you have heard the conversation, please write it in the chat box.
Hmm.
Uh, now. When you talk of the independent directors, with your experience, definitely a lot of people say, oh, chartered accountants and company secretaries usually get the first preference, to be on boards. Uh, so, what are those three skill sets you would, kind of mention that a person should have, and how people should, kind of sharpen those skill sets? So, if you can share some thoughts on it.
Okay. So let me just put the three skill sets what I have been using it, so that I think that should be the skill sets which
Yeah,
others can also use it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the first skill set is you really need to think from the management perspective. Like the first thing, like you don't become a auditor, but you become a business owner and think from his lenses as to what is happening,
So
right?
business acumen is a one
Acumen,
skill set.
yes. You really
Yeah.
should not bring your expertise, but think from the business perspective.
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
is that exactly is happening in the business perspective?
Right.
So that is the first thing that you really need to have a shift in your thought process.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, whatever is your learning about in your journey of your career or something, whatever has been there, you really bring it to the table and help the business owners. You should have that kind of an what you call gamut of experience, or if it is there, then please do share it with people. So because it will happen, like for example, something happens in the organization, they feel that okay, I need to get this is a very small example, I can give it to you, that when we were discussing about the businesses, they were saying that ki tendering mein bahut EMD bharna padta hai, earnest money deposit.
Hmm.
So I knew that if I get an NSIC registration, the EMD is waived. So just give that insight to them. Oh, please, you can do this. Oh,
Yeah.
fine, thank you, ma'am, we will do it. So something which is connecting to some knowledge which you already have, you can guide them and you can help them. So
Yeah.
bring the knowledge to the table and share it with them. That is very, very important, because obviously you will give a lot of value inputs.
Yeah.
Like for example, another independent director, he always keeps saying that you have your HR policies very well drafted. So he reads it, gives some of his commentaries, that okay, in this corporate this was something which they were doing, why don't you adapt it? So that kind of experience which is there in your life, please bring it on the table, and
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure the management will look into it and adapt it.
Hmm.
So that's the second thing. And third, what I would like to say is that come with an open mind.
Hmm.
Don't preempt a lot of things.
Yeah.
Come with an open mind to these board positions and see to it that how much value you can provide to the organization.
Hmm.
And these honestly speaking, there are many people who have got a lot of knowledge, but unfortunately, what happens is that I'll tell you, Divya, what happens if you take this kind of an independent position.
Yeah.
When we are running our own businesses, we are more focused on execution, right? When we do our audits and various things, so we are a part of execution. Now, here is a place where you really can give your knowledge, and the execution will be taken care of by somebody else. So, in such situations, it helps you to share the knowledge, and it really gives me also the confidence कि अरे बाबा गायत्री, ये जो तेरा knowledge है ये use भी हो रहा है.
Correct.
Whereas in our organizations, we are boiled down with our execution, so our ideas are not being implemented anywhere. So
True.
this gives a lot of satisfaction to you as a professional or a डायरेक्टर कि बाबा मैंने ये चीज इनको बताया और उन लोग ने उसको रख के कुछ आगे कर लिया.
Hmm.
मुझे एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं करना है, तो मेरा मेरा ब्रेन इज ओनली गिविंग आइडियाज एंड गिविंग गुड आइडियाज, गुड
Yeah.
थिंग्स फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन टू ग्रो. So it is really very satisfying when you see that your knowledge is being utilized by somebody. So
Super.
that is the satisfaction which you get when
Yeah.
you become an
Yeah.
independent
Yeah.
director.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, in fact, if I summarize, your three skill sets, one is the developing a skill to have a business acumen, another is skill for empathetic leadership,
Mm.
right? And third is skill to think innovatively and bring that innovation or unique ideas to the table.
Correct.
Amazing. Thank you so much for these wonderful learnings. Now my next question comes is, you are leading the teachers and leaders community. Now share about how people can build that thought leadership, and what are you doing at TLC? So share some thoughts
Yeah.
around it, and yeah, over
Yes,
to
I'll do that. Uh, what is required today is in business, we all are struggling for getting sales. That's about that period,
you.
right?
Yeah.
So when we go to a particular client, what exactly we try to do is we try to give him so much amount of uh, bol bachan, but obvious I'm just giving you a very slang kind of a thing, but we talk a lot and then we try to get that business for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in actual position, this doesn't work, because
Hmm.
what happens is that if the more we try and push it, he feels ये अपने को क्यों बेच रही है, ये अपने को क्यों बेच रही है. I am just going off guard. I just
Hmm.
say, okay, let me not listen to her. So my कान वान बंद हो जाता है मेरा. So
Hmm.
I'm not able to listen to her. Now, given that this position, when we are talking about, you create yourself as a thought leader. Okay.
Wow.
So when you become a thought leader, people will start automatically respecting you
Hmm.
and seeing you as an expert and an authority in your subject. Now,
Absolutely.
how do you do that?
Yeah.
The first uncomfortable thing you need to do is start writing a book.
Oh,
Yes. So
interesting.
if you write a book and there is a business which is being created around that book. Now,
Hmm.
there are very much examples which I can give. Rajiv Talreja ho, Raj Shamani ho. Many people have written the book and then they have tried to build the business around that book.
Oh,
So
this
you
is
become
interesting.
a
Okay.
thought leader. You
Yeah.
talk about, like, for example, today I am able to talk about a lot of businesses because I've written that in my book, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
my book becomes the basic, what do you call, content for which I can go and talk in n number of places,
Yeah.
which earlier I didn't have. It is
I
in the
think,
written
I
form.
think, yeah, I think, you rightly said. I mean, yeah, now I connect that, when I think Shiv Khera wrote the
Hmm.
book,
Yes.
You Can Win. I think
Hmm.
after writing a book, he has, kind of been seen as a thought
Yes.
leader. Absolutely.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
Even Robin
Yes.
Sharma. I'm a great fan of
Yeah,
Robin.
yeah, Robin Sharma. So there are a lot of, if in fact, I
Yeah.
have heard somebody saying that ki Robin Sharma used to stand at various conferences
Yes.
selling, just giving his book standing there. He was not invited in the conference, but he'll stand outside and he will give that book to everyone who's there inside that conference.
Wow.
He never
Hmm.
used to gate crash inside the conference, but outside he used to stand and give all the books to various people there sitting. So that is something which creates that aura for you, and it
Hmm.
creates the thought leadership for you. So that
Super.
is very important. So what we decided was, in TLC, we have decided that we will take you off guard. We'll probably siphon you, take you,
Mm-hmm.
and make you stay in some good, what you call, natural situation, and make you write that book in 3 to 4 days.
What
So
are you
that's
saying?
our objective. Yeah, that's our
Three
objective,
to four
because
days, you are able to write a book?
yes, it is possible, because the
Oh,
structure is so
wow.
beautifully drafted. The only thing which we lack is our thought process and the channelizing of the thought process.
This
That's
is
about
quite
it.
interesting. Super.
So once I channelize it, once I get that thought process very clear, and you're
Hmm.
made to sit there and write it, period, you'll be able to finish it. 25,000 to 30,000 words is what you're expected to write in a book, and it is easily done. Even I wrote it when probably in 15 days, but obviously only the morning time I was giving, like
Hmm.
only 1 hour to 2 hour I was giving, and then later on during the day I was doing the other work. So it is the structure which is creating that kind of confidence in a person, and it completes, and that's about it. You finish the book, and
Wow.
once you've written that book, na, I mean, Divya, the kind of respect you get in the society is really another level. So
Absolutely.
so that is
I
something
agree.
which is, you need to experience it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So, wonderful thoughts, Gayatri, around the TLC community, the work you're doing to inspire people, immerse them as thought leaders, and I'm sure every person who wants to become a director. Now, when
Hmm.
we talk of director, independent director, and today I'll tell you, I hear a lot of people, oh, you just make me director. But
Hmm.
why will somebody take you as a director unless a person sees you as a thought leader? So
Correct.
this is, I think, a wonderful way of kind of positioning yourself
Hmm.
in that kind of manner where
Hmm.
people are able to see that yes, I want this person on my board. So such a
Yes.
wonderful thought. And we are just coming to a closure of this wonderful conversation. My last question to you is on the leadership philosophy. Now, what is your leadership philosophy, and how has it guided your approach to governance and decision making in the boardroom? So one leadership philosophy, I know you have spoken a lot about, open mindset and, innovation. So one leadership philosophy, and, the last question is, advice to aspiring, board members, what should be their path? Over to you.
I would like to congratulate you, Divya. You have created this Mentor My Board, and I think this is the right kind of a platform for people to understand that what is expected out of them in a board and what are they supposed to inculcate as a skill set so that they can be apt for the board. So
Yeah.
kudos to you. I'm really very happy to be associated with you, Divya, for this kind of a inspiring people to become board directors, right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, coming to what you're talking about, the leadership philosophy is a very simple line is that you need to develop the skill set of listening.
Oh, true.
Because if you listen to people's problem with a very calm mind, you are able to give them solutions.
Yeah.
So many a times what happens is that being a professional, we only love to talk. We only love to talk. तू सुन बस मेरा सुन तू सुन बट उसका सुनने में हमें बिल्कुल इंटरेस्ट नहीं होता बट दैट इज वेयर वी नीड टू हैव दैट calmness, listen to what the management or the company is going through, give them some time to hear them out and then give them some solution. Just
Yeah.
because you know a lot of things, you just can't keep on talking. The philosophy is of a leader is that he should have a listening skills. It's what I have learned over the years, and I have practiced it over the years, that please listen to what the other person is trying to tell you,
Hmm.
एंड
Hmm.
ऑब्वियसली
Hmm.
इन द राइट पर्सपेक्टिव, मतलब उसको
Yeah.
कुछ अलग समझ नहीं लेना, लेकिन लिसन, अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दे हैव, एंड देन यू रियली गिव देम सम value addition, because
Correct.
otherwise what will happen is that you will be only doing talk 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 and it may not be the right solution to that other person. So my philosophy is learn to listen. That's very
Super.
important.
Super. Super. Amazing conversations, Gayatri. And how can I miss a question? Which is, I keep asking to everyone. What are your, I mean, you spoke about Mentor My Board, so maybe some, kind of suggestion or a guidance to us to focus on.
No, you are doing a wonderful job, Divya, and I would really like to congratulate you to bring this kind of a evolution in the market, because this is what is needed.
Yeah.
Like how a board member has to function inside the board is also a very important
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, and I think you really have curated a very good programs for various people to become a part of the board. Now, what I would like to do, or rather tell you, is that get more people to become a part of it. So scale up your business, and
Yeah.
it is something which is a great value add to everyone. So I really want that the entire India, you have branches across, and that's my what you call dream to see, and I'm sure I'm going to be associating and helping you in that. Please make it into every city, and we want boards coming up in a lot of cities, and you
Absolutely.
become what do you call another thought leader for them to be mentored. So kudos to you, Divya, and all the best to all
Thank
the
you. And we have such a
team.
wonderful, so many wonderful comments coming in the chat box.
Oh yeah, I know. I didn't
Yeah.
see them.
So,
Okay.
I mean, writing a book in 3 to 4 days, even I was, taken aback when you said it is possible. I said,
It
oh,
is possible. It is
you know,
possible, and we have what do you call live example, which has happened in the month of December.
yeah,
We had some 5 to 6 authors who have finished around 20,000 words. So
oh,
that's fair enough. In that 3 days, they finished it. So it was
yeah.
really nice.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much, Gayatri, for being here, sharing your valuable insights with us. And it
Thank
was
you.
indeed wonderful conversation with you. And I'm sure the way you are helping, mentoring, creating that impact for the businesses, we wish you grand success in your endeavors. And look forward for many more, joint initiatives together to create that joint impact. What we all really want to see in corporate India today. So thank you so much.
Yeah, the last what I would like to say, I just saw the a post last week. If you want to become a thought leader, become an author, print in, and then you become a TEDx speaker.
Hmm.
So that's how it is going as a everybody is trying to say that becoming a thought leader is a book as well as becoming a TEDx speaker.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
yes,
Wow,
that's
that's
the
wonderful.
journey which everybody should start looking for.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone to be here with us. And
There
my
is,
question
yes,
still remains, what made Gayatri, join that board as independent director? So if anybody again goes through it, listen to it carefully and post it in the comment. So signing off for today, but look forward for yet another wonderful, inspiring leader with us who is, kind of moved from professional roles to board roles. Signing off, Divya Momaya. Thank you, Gayatri, for being here
thank
with
you.
us.
Thank you. Thank you, Divya, for having me here. Thanks.